The automotive world is changing faster than a Tesla on autopilot. While many European car makers are stuck in the slow lane, a new player from the East is making a grand entrance. BYD, a Chinese company you might not have heard of, is rapidly expanding into Europe. They're bringing their electric vehicles to new markets. In early 2025, BYD set up shop in Czechia and Slovakia. Czechia and Slovakia are major car manufacturing hubs, home to factories for big names like Volkswagen, Porsche, and Skoda. BYD's arrival is making waves in the heart of Europe's automotive industry. They are bringing competition and innovation to the European market. BYD is building dealerships, logistics centers, and a fast-charging network. They are committed to making their mark on the European market. BYD's entry into Czechia and Slovakia is a sign of things to come. The electric revolution is here and it's coming from the east. You might be wondering, who is BYD, and why should I care? Well, let me tell you, this isn't some small startup trying to get lucky. BYD is a giant. They've been around for years, quietly becoming a powerhouse in China, the world's largest car market. In fact, they've already overtaken Tesla in global EV sales. BYD started out making batteries and they're really good at it. They produce their own batteries, which gives them a huge advantage over competitors who have to rely on suppliers. This means they can control costs and quality, and they're not afraid to innovate. BYD is also vertically integrated. They design and manufacture their own electric motors, power electronics, and even the software that goes into their cars. This gives them incredible control over the entire process, from the drawing board to the dealership. The Chinese market has embraced BYD's EVs, but they're not content with just dominating at home. Now, they're setting their sights on the rest of the world, and Europe is their next target. So, what are they actually selling? BYD's lineup includes everything from compact hatchbacks to sleek sedans and even spacious SUVs. But there's one thing they all have in common: value for money. BYD's EVs are priced to move, often coming in significantly cheaper than their European counterparts. And we're not talking about cheap and cheerful no-frills transportation here. These cars are packed with technology. BYD's Blade battery is a marvel of engineering. It's incredibly safe, efficient, and it takes up less space than traditional lithium-ion batteries. This means they can fit more batteries into their cars, giving them impressive range. Some models can even travel over 400 miles on a single charge. BYD's cars are also loaded with features. We're talking about large touchscreen infotainment systems, advanced driver assistance systems, and even things like karaoke systems for those long road trips. The combination of affordability, technology, and features is a winning formula. European car makers have been resting on their laurels for too long. Now they're facing a true competitor. Section 4. Strategic expansion: why Czechia and Slovakia matter. Now you might be wondering why BYD chose Czechia and Slovakia as their entry point into Central Europe. These countries are strategically important for a number of reasons. Firstly, they're automotive powerhouses. They have a skilled workforce, existing infrastructure, and a strong tradition of car manufacturing. This makes it easier for BYD to set up shop and start producing and selling cars quickly. Secondly, Czechia and Slovakia are strategically located. They're right in the heart of Europe, with easy access to major markets like Germany, Austria, and Poland. This central location makes it easier for BYD to distribute their vehicles and reach a wider audience. Both countries have been actively promoting the adoption of electric vehicles. They offer government incentives, tax breaks, and subsidies to make EVs more affordable for consumers. Finally, there's a growing demand for affordable EVs in these countries. BYD's value proposition is resonating with consumers who are ready to make the switch. Section 5. Disrupting the European automotive landscape. BYD's arrival in Europe is sending shockwaves through the automotive industry. For years, European car makers have enjoyed a relatively comfortable existence. They've traded on their reputations for quality and craftsmanship, often charging a premium for their vehicles. But now, the game is changing. BYD's competitive pricing is putting pressure on European automakers to lower their prices or risk losing market share. This is especially true in the EV segment, where BYD's offerings are often significantly cheaper than comparable European models. BYD is also challenging the technological status quo. Their expertise in batteries, electric motors, and software is forcing European car makers to up their game. This disruption is creating a ripple effect throughout the entire automotive ecosystem. The old ways of doing business are being challenged, and new opportunities are emerging for those who are quick to adapt. Section 6, The Road Ahead: Challenges, Opportunities and Predictions. BYD's journey in Europe is not without its challenges. European car makers are not going to give up their market share without a fight. They're lobbying their governments for protectionist measures such as tariffs and import quotas. They're also investing heavily in their own EV offerings, hoping to catch up with BYD's technological lead. The European Union is also keeping a close eye on BYD, investigating allegations of unfair competition and state subsidies. Despite these challenges, the future looks bright for BYD. The demand for EVs is only going to increase in the coming years, as governments implement stricter emissions regulations and consumers become more environmentally conscious. BYD is well positioned to capitalize on this trend with its affordable, high-quality offerings. By 2026, I predict that BYD will have established a significant presence in Europe. They will have expanded into new markets, opened more dealerships, and ramped up production to meet the growing demand. The European automotive landscape is undergoing a seismic shift, and BYD is at the forefront of this transformation. Buckle up, it's going to be an exciting ride.